Yo, what's going on, dudes? I'm out here in Fort Worth, Texas, which I keep saying Dallas because these savages down here just call it all the same thing, Dallas, Fort Worth, whatever. But we're on the day after the last day of the boot camp down here. I'm with my student who, he doesn't want to be on camera here, and that's fine. But yesterday I made him do what I believe to be one of the quintessential approaches of the day, of the entire boot camp, actually, which was he had gone up, and we're at this taco spot over here. I mean, I can say the name of it. It's called Velvet Taco. There's a bunch of them here in Fort Worth. And essentially, he had already sparked up a little bit of conversation with this blonde, beautiful chick that was working the counter. And just a little here and there. I mean, what'd you guys talk, just, oh, how's your day going, this and that, whatever. And then I said, dude, you gotta go back up and you gotta get that chick's number. And he starts hitting me with all these excuses about why he's not going to do it. Oh, well, she's working, so she's probably not even allowed to do that. All the guys that are working there, they're going to hear it, and then they're going to intervene, and this and that, and then there's people that might hear it, and da-da-da. All these different reasons for why not to go back up and get the phone number, right? And so he starts giving me all these rationalizations why he's not going to do it, and I cut him off. I said, listen, we're not going to have this conversation because there's a million reasons not to do it. But then this is what I explained, I explained that the upside of this is so big. The upside of getting the balls up to go back up to that counter and just quietly, you don't want to yell it, hey, I want to ask you out, right? Because there's a lot of people around, and it's not always about you, it's about her as well. She's going to have that audience anxiety just the way that you feel it as well. So having him go back up and just hey, excuse me, hey, I'd love to take you out sometime, right? And that's how he did it, and no one overheard it or anything like that. And the upside of doing shit like that is tenfold. It's overcoming this fear in your life. It's being brave. It's developing this confidence to feel like you can go out and just fucking do anything. And then should the result actually come from that, as far as getting a phone number, going on a date with this chick, then there's all of that upside as well. And the downside is nothing. The downside is getting a little bit of a tiny bit of rejection, which even that has its own upside, which is developing that thicker skin and getting used to this sort of thing and having it not destroy you, right? So I have him go back up, and he goes for the phone number, and it just turns out she's getting married. And no big deal. It just turns out she's getting married. And what I had him do is I had him have the digits ready, which he's signaling for me to make sure that I put that in there. Because in these situations like that, or even times where I've gotten Target cashiers' phone numbers or waitresses, I'll actually have the digits open on my phone and then hand them the digits as I'm saying the thing to make it so much easier for them so they don't have to say the phone number and this and that or whatever. But either way, it turned out she was about to get married or whatever. But either way, I was proud of you for doing that and overcoming that. Give me a fist bump here. There we go. Awesome. So don't be afraid to do this kind of shit, guys, because even though it's a little crazy and a little nerve-wracking, there's always an upside. There's always a very, very big upside, very, very low downside that you're always blowing up out of proportion in your own brain. Look at these big dogs. Look at these babies. Oh, dude, hold on. Let me get this first bite right quick. This is a chicken and waffle from Velvet Taco. This is a chicken waffle. I'm about to take this first bite. Get this gum out. So we just left the Velvet Taco, and again, right, I sent this dude into a ballsy ass approach yesterday, and that was one of his hesitations as well. Oh, well, what about when I come back here and I have to see that girl again, whatever. Dude, all that happened was when she said, hey, I'm getting married soon, whatever, and you joked around, which is a very fun way to just kind of blow it off. Oh, it doesn't sound too serious. And she's like, haha, you're so sweet, blah, blah, blah. And then today we go back in there, we get our tacos. Obviously, you're not going to re-hit on her and blow the place down. We got to be calibrated out here. But she was just like, hi, and smiled and said hello. And he said, hey, how you doing? And that was it. And we got to order our tacos. Nothing to worry about. You guys are always coming up with all this shit in your head for why you shouldn't do these kind of ballsy approaches and step outside your comfort zone. It's all a bullshit narrative.